Hello, my name's Lesley Atherton, and this is a short piece of writing called Puppy. The gate was barred, its rusty padlock clanging rhythmically against the mildewed wood boards. The lock was strong and heavy, overloading such a crumbling structure, a structure as flimsy as balsa wood. I could have kicked its crumbling ineptitude, but that wasn't the way things worked in my line of business. I had to do things properly. I walked back towards the front door, only managing to dodge some of the overgrown shrubs and thorns in the pathway. I was glad of my tough work trousers and my thick-soled boots in this place where flaking paint festooned the windows and the door frames. Number 33 screamed of neglect, lack of sustenance, difficulty, poverty and pain, everything which would usually increase my empathy for the resident within. But not today. Today I was fuming, anxious, driven and short of time. I tried the doorbell, but could hear no indication that it was working. That was no surprise. I knocked on the front door instead, and my knocks resounded hollowly as if projected into the depths of a deep and musty cave. There was no sound once the echoes stopped. "Mr. Birch," I shouted into his grimy letterbox. "I'm from the council," I shouted, trying to sound reasonable. "Please let me in, or I shall involve the police." Silence. I banged on the door harder this time, and as I did so, the door swung open, creaking, then banging into a cupboard behind it, and allowing me to look inside the house, which could barely be called a home. The space behind Mr. Birch's door seemed to be the only clear floor in the hallway, apart from a thin and precarious narrow path down its centre. "Mr. Birch!" I called again. And then I heard it. Above the sound of the underfoot cracking of God knows what and the in and out buzz of the street's traffic, I heard it. A combination of whimper, sigh and yelp. A solitary and desperate cry for help from the newborn animal I'd been asked to attend. "Where are you, pup?" I shouted in my dog-finder voice. "Where are you, sweetie?" A little more delicate whimpering. I moved further into the house, and then I could see it, just a little way in front of me. A brown, mangled animal, no bigger than my forearm, was shivering and cowering amongst the detritus, and as I strode towards it over the masses of old furniture, unboxed junk and found residue, I could almost hear a film soundtrack play. Plucked pizzicato strings, deep, sonorous horn, and the plaintive whine of an oboe. Something was happening. My brain knew it. The puppy was no puppy, and Mr. Birch was no ordinary old man, living surrounded by fading, ragged memories in solitary confinement. I could see Mr. Birch, or someone else, someone I didn't know. I could see that person operate the puppy puppet. I could see the puppet fall, and the large, shadowy shape rush towards me with a knife in his hand, whimpering and yelping like the wild, pathetic creature he had become.